Look at that, it's Tuesday night, and we're all set to kick off the Haunt Hour right now. Brought to you tonight by Haunt Collective.
I don't know why it said that. That's not where. That's not where.
Doesn't make any sense. There's even a logo.
This is going to be already.
Oh yes, off the rails. Not even 30 seconds in.
If you thought this show was produced professionally, you were wrong.
Okay, so we were talking about minors. Does your attraction, this is on the heels of the whole Chick-fil-A's big announcement this week, does your attraction allow for unaccompanied minors? Would you have rules on that?
I'm sorry, before you answer that, Spence, can somebody fill me in? Because I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You don't know?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
It's a Pennsylvania thing, apparently.
Yep.
So I believe the age is it 16 or 18 and under?
I think anybody under 16 can't be in there without an adult.
Without an adult. You cannot be inside of a Chick-fil-A if you're under 16 without somebody 18 years or older. Do you have a rule like that in your attraction? We personally don't.
Yeah, no. Thank you. This is the first time I'm hearing this. No.
So if a group of 10-year-olds come in and they buy a ticket, you let them go.
Well, if it's a group of 10-year-olds, though, chances are we're going to be like, where's your parent? But if they're 12, 13, 14, like, if they're acting up at all, even before they get in the queue, then chances are we're going to be like, sorry, you all don't get to play that game. But you can technically be 10 and above to come through the attraction. But Susie, to your question, no, we don't have anything specific formal that says you have to have an adult, post this age.
We don't either. We don't have issues with it. We never have. We have groups of teenagers that come in, probably middle school. I know. But I have read in a lot of my private groups about a lot of issues with teenagers and how they're going to start implementing rules.
Question of the week by Haunter's Toolbox.
Haunter's Toolbox. Question of the week. Okay, this is my thing. This is my thing.
I'm going to ask you where we store all of our stuff.
All right.
Where do you store all your stuff?
What is the exact address of where you store everything? I'm kidding. What are...
Do you have cameras?
Right now.
What color panties are you wearing?
I'll say panties.
Panties.
Ah! That's it. That's the show. What are some of your favorite scare acting lines that you've heard or that you have used? Favorite lines?
Okay, when I guest act, because I don't act at our own haunt because I'm in the ticket booth. One of my favorite ones to pull on young ladies is because I am a vampire. I will walk up to somebody and say, your blood smells divine, but you need more iron. And it freaks them out because I'm half the time I'm right.
Yeah.
Well, more than half. Actually, more than half the time I'm correct because most girls and women have very low iron.
Mm-hmm.
And it just freaks them the fuck out. Scardy.
I have low iron.
What?
Susie, what about you?
I have no idea where I heard this from, and I probably talked about it before on the show. And I don't use it all the time. I like to use it when somebody's like not scared. A couple years ago when I had my own scene and I was there, I'm trying to prove a point that scare acting can be done by anybody of any age.
Mm-hmm.
I gave myself my own scene and I didn't leave. I left one time for a bathroom break and didn't pee the entire season. Anyway, I was a school nurse and I'm very short and small. And so people were like, hey, and I'd get all kinds of comments and stuff. But I would actually like kind of hunch over and make myself even smaller because that's just something I do when I act. Anyway, I would use it when people would like shoot back at me with like some kind of bullshit, like, stupid line.
Yeah.
I would literally stand straight up and use my normal voice and say, I don't even work here. And
that is awesome.
People out.
Oh my God, that is so awesome.
All the time.
Oh,
it's my favorite thing to do.
Haunter's Toolbox question of the week.
God, his voiceovers are so terrible.
I'll tell you what.
They're awesome.
I like it.
It's too late for this. Yeah. What is the question? I think it's, do you have any advice for new haunt actors? Max, any advice?
I've got a lot.
What's your favorite one thing to tell somebody who comes in and they're like, I'm a new haunt actor and I have this best idea. Get out.
Yes,
I mean,
that's it. Get out.
I guess the number one thing to tell people is self-care. You know, it's exercising, it's hydrating, it's eating correctly. You know, eating pizza before the haunt night is an awful idea. Eating Skyline, which a lot of Cincinnati folk love to do before haunting, is a terrible idea.
What is that?
Skyline, it's a chili place.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Basically, imagine spaghetti, chili, and a mountain of shredded cheese.
Nope.
Oh.
That does sound good.
Yeah, people love it here, but yeah, I'm like, no, you can't eat that. It's really about self-care because, I mean, and the advice falls flat to an extent because when I started, somebody told me this is going to hurt. Like you're going, you're going to be sore, you're going to be tired, you're going to be more tired than you have been a while. And I thought, man, I was a wrestler in high school. Forget you. You know, I played football, I wrestled, I did all kinds of stuff, and I thought it can't be that bad. And it was so hard.
It was so much worse.
It's so hard.
Well, dip me in honey, throw me to the bears. It's Tuesday night, and we're ready to rock your socks off with the Haunt Tower. Brought to you tonight by Haunt Collective. Ooh. All right, well, check it out. Here's the lineup. Susie Fleesick, she's got pep in her step. Troy Crivello, he's the cat's pajamas. And Dan Doble, a real go-getter. And hold on to your hats, because tonight's guest is gonna knock 'em dead. Melissa Winton! All right, you crazy cats. Ease on down, grab your drinks, and get set to groove into the Haunt Tower. Here we go.
Ooh. I just love these intros, man. I just love these intros. Fantastic, as always.
Well done.
Except for that first part. I don't get that first part. I don't know what happened with that. I think that was left over from last week's intro, and when I delete things, it shoves it down the timeline, and I don't pay attention. So there it was.
Classic, there it was. Brought to you by Haunt Collective. What the fuck? I hope you're not paying that guy. They got extra.
Just
they got
hold
extra
on, Randall. God, Randall's.
Oh my gosh!
Just all these people. It's just.
Yeah, lots of stuff. Lots of people coming in. Lots of comments. Welcome everybody to season 4, episode 6 of the Haunt Hour. Troy, Dan, and Susie getting at it here. Let's go. Let's go.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, we're getting out of here. All right.
No, he said we're getting at it. Somebody asked, how do we mute Troy? That's how.
Yeah, that's
it.
It's
very
highly
simple.
inappropriate to get out.
I have all controls over this.
See, Bill, it's easy. You just go like this, and then it's just.
He's gone.
I don't know how this. Why are you? I'm trying to.
I'm doing it for you, my friend.
Thanks for that. I appreciate it.
I love that. Weird looking throuple.
We get looks everywhere we go. Believe me.
Oh my gosh.
That's good.
Oh my gosh, so good, so good.
I think we're just gonna have to have a comment show one time and just let all these fine folks.
Just everybody roast Troy. I think that's what just needs to happen. We'll just bring all of Troy's enemies.
Yeah, we need to have
one enemy, and
but he gets muted the whole time. He gets muted. He can't react.
Yeah.
He just. Who thinks that's a good idea? With just like a roasting Troy show. I want to see in the comments where
Oh,
he's
look, I just turned
muted.
the comments off. How weird.
You can say whatever the hell you want.
I take away all Troy's access.
3C.
3C.
God dang it. We are not going to get through this episode at all.
So disgusting.
This is already going. So you know what I'm going to do so we can get this. So, I mean, do you guys have anything entertaining to talk about? No. Susie's making a bunch of coffee for some high school students that will probably trash her place. That'll be awesome. Have fun with that. Dan still has
raining.
a tiny bit of hair left after his haircut.
It's raining.
It's raining.
Dan has more hair than all of us combined.
Hey, thank you.
The great thing about Dan is about 7
You've
hours
got the
ago.
best head of hair. Like, it's just so good.
He does.
I do like my hair.
About 7 hours ago, Dan goes, my knees are kind of achy right now. And then 7 hours later, it started raining. It's really weird.
And 3 hours ago, I shaved.
Old man Dan.
Says the guy who has like 17 weather apps on his phone, right, Troy?
Right. And I can guarantee you, he can
and all
tell
the
you.
alerts.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, you probably got that meter that sits right at the front door when you walk out the door, so you can see the barometer and the temperature.
I
and if
had
it's
one
gonna
of the weather
rain.
stations. I had one of the
And it had
weather
the
stations, but I
sunset.
haven't hooked it up here yet. So,
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
That's what I would tell everybody too if I didn't want to look like I'm a weather nerd.
no, I have the alerts that always tell me there's a tornado coming, and then I look up and it's blue skies. So whatever. So okay, well then in that vein, I guess.
Haunting news, Troy.
Haunting news.
wait,
So a
wasn't
bit
there-
of what? There is.
I was
I'm
going
on
to
it.
say, isn't
I'm
there
on
a
it.
trade show they have this weekend?
No.
Cool.
I gotta go to the
Anyways,
bathroom.
yeah, I think I gotta go too. My bad. I gotta.
Well,
What the house is
anyway.
on fire? Hold on. Hold on. I got a big
Oh,
empty aisle to walk through. Anyways, so the people from Scare Factor had their
I see what you did there.
evidently their account was spoofed by had their account spoofed by somebody, and they're selling tickets to something. So they just want to let people know that this is wait, that's a Jim. That's our next one. So this, and they're using Fear Fair's logo, ironically, as well. So just beware that this Scare Factor site is not the real Scare Factor site. Do not buy anything from their
Fair.
website.
Oh, wait.
well,
Somebody
here.
cloned them?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
cloned
but
their
they
thing.
cloned-
You
but
can
they
obviously
used-
tell.
They used Fear Fair's logo, which is awesome.
What? That's so weird. Who
Classic.
did
Yeah.
that?
I'm sure these are all haunts that are their pictures. So whoever this is using, here's Reaper's Night Off. I mean, that's obviously not their haunt. There's 423 haunt. This is
Interesting.
it's just somebody sad who has nothing better to do than to go off somebody else's success. So just they are selling tickets to something. Don't buy it, obviously.
I want to buy it just to see where I'm going. How much are tickets?
Just make sure you use a prepaid gift card from.
Exactly. So you don't get hacked.
Did you even click on it? Can you still buy tickets?
Oh, I did. Well, no, I did not click on that yet. But because I can't. Yeah. Oh, here. Yeah. See, it just says send a message. There's no way to buy anything. There was earlier.
I feel
But
like
I
this
did
is a great
message
live
them.
episode. I feel like we could just send a message and just see how far we can go with this.
So I did send a message.
Tell them who we are.
I did.
Oh.
I did.
Oh, of
Let's
course
see.
you
Where is it here? Where is it here? Here it is. I said, where are you located? And they said, Iowa State. Oh, you messed up. You said where you were. And then I said, what's the name of your haunt? And he's called me a scammer. He said, get lost. And then blocked me, of course. So that is my life on Facebook. I ask something and then I get blocked. It's just, it's
Get
how
lost.
it works. Get lost, you bad
That's
man.
funny.
Bad man asking questions.
Troy, get lost,
So-
crib alone.
That's what it should be today.
I'm gonna make a button of that.
Get lost.
Get lost, Troy.
That's fantastic.
So don't go there.
Fair enough.
I did want to give a heartfelt congratulations to Jim Slanker of the Chicago Haunt Builders and Canyon Street Cemetery out there in Canyon. God, where is he? Anyway,
Illinois?
something Springs, Chicago. I've been to his house several times. He is an amazing haunter, amazing educator. And we should.
Did somebody say Illinois?
I said Illinois. He's in Illinois.
He's an Illinoisian.
Illinois.
Illinoisian.
Illinoisian.
Oh, is that when you pronounce the S?
I think right. So he retired from his job, which means all haunting all the time.
Ah.
Congrats to him. Let's see, what do I have up here? We have, I know I used Drew Badger because he asked on Hunter's Toolbox, who's having a halfway to Halloween event? And my goodness, between the first week of April or May and the second weekend of May, so right before Mother's Day, those two in between there. Actually, I think Mother's Day is the 12th. So those first two weekends in May, pretty much several parts of the country have a lot of haunted houses to go to. You've got Field of Terror, you've got Carnage, you've got one in Wyoming. I didn't know Wyoming had a haunted house. That's cool.
I didn't even know Wyoming had people.
Shit.
Yeah, right? There are some people
There's
that
life.
drove through there to get here.
Wyoming.
Right. You've got Terror on Route 66, awesome name. Nashville Nightmare. You've got Holler and Haunts Hayride, Hidden Screams. Robert Knowlton of Chamber of Haunters, Old Joliet Prison. You've got Screams, Haunted Forest, Creekside Manor. You've got Black Ops Haunted House. I think you play Call of Duty in there. You've got Fear Factory in Salt Lake City is having theirs. Where I'm going on May 4th, the 4th be with you, going to House of Torment in Austin, Texas.
That's
so
fun.
I will get to see their awesome
That's a great show.
Nightmare Acres in Connecticut, and you got Fright Kingdom up in New Hampshire. I've been there. That was an awesome haunted house, by the way. So you got who's this last one here? That's the Old Joliet Prison. I don't know why I keep saying that. Go away. So yeah. If you are looking for a haunted house to go to this beginning of May for halfway to Halloween, technically halfway to Halloween's like April 30th, I think. It's 6 months to the 31st of October. So if you are in any of these areas or you know of haunts in your area, go visit them and see some off-season events, because those are awesome. A lot of haunts use that to
never any long lines, and it's always a good show.
Test out.
It amazes me that people like can pull that off, because if you saw my haunt right now, no.
Yeah.
It definitely seems to be ones that are very well established and generally don't change maybe a lot, or they're changing something.
Right.
Thing and you just won't go through that room. You'll go around it,
Right.
But it's a good way for them to try new things out, so yeah, I think that'll be fun. We have so many comments. I haven't even gone to. I'm doing things.
We're gonna need a moderator here pretty soon.
Shit,
it's fucking crazy.
Is it Illinoisian?
I'm sure. I know, right?
Yes.
Should I say it again?
Illinois.
Bill's triggered.
Illinois. She lives in Illinois. Or no? Yeah.
Yeah. I live in Wisconsin, so who's that guy?
Somebody's husband wants to know what's the rules on heckling. There are no rules.
There are no rules. Well, we do monitor, so the only people that are allowed to heckle are the ones that are allowed to heckle.
Yeah. Oh, Randall says he's going to be in Salem, Massachusetts on the 30th. Just a quick detour based on that. I have been, I know, right? A detour from Troy, crazy. I've been in Salem in July and in October, and the weird thing is, I will tell you right now, go in July or September or August. Do not go. I mean, sure, go in October, fine, whatever. But there are so many people there, you cannot do the tours. You cannot hear the people.
Terrible.
The stores are full, and really the only difference is there are just people milling around in costume. Salem doesn't change very much outside of Halloween. And I had so much fun in July listening to all the tours with 10 other people. instead of 50.
Yeah.
And they have these little, they have these little body microphones or speakers that only the first 8 people can hear. And it is if you are going there for the history of it, do not go in October. You will not have a good time and you waste your money. Salem is in a fantastic place. So April 30th is a great time to go. So thanks to darkness for hey, we have closed captioning. Did you know that, Dan?
No, I didn't. Now I know. Is that must be on Facebook?
I guess on YouTube it's
really?
or probably on YouTube as well. Hey, yep, totally. We did that. You're very welcome.
100%. We got a whole team.
Good
working
job.
on that.
Yep, whole team doing it. So I don't know why it does this every time. You know what? I'm not going to load it up.
What's our DIY of the week, Troy?
Whoa! DIY of the week. Okay.
Let me guess. We don't have.
I don't know why it didn't load up. I'm sorry.
No intro for that. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Strike 2, Troy.
We do, and the thing is, we keep loading it, and it doesn't show up. So actually, we're gonna do this because
You sure you're not having
he's
storms?
just bamboozled because he's never had to deal with this many comments this early.
I know, right?
there's still comments. There's still comments coming. So I'm gonna try to turn this down, but
Video for you.
Oh my god.
What?
I'm gonna go home.
Excuse me?
Wait, I'm home. Never mind.
This is
Toil
great.
and
Oh my god.
Toil and trouble's the toil and trouble.
You probably have noticed a video that I made where I detailed my weatherproof projector housing.
I hate you guys so much.
But that video wasn't much of an.
Are you on dial-up, Troy?
What the hell's going on?
No,
here,
I'm
Troy?
not. You guys, you're messing me up.
So taking a look at the measurements.
So I will pause that.
Anyway.
I will mute
Weird.
that while these
Good
two
evening,
hecklers
Maker's
over here.
Cave.
Anyways. So this is about protecting your projectors. A lot of people have projectors in their haunts. You should absolutely protect it as best you can. So we will of course post this on our Facebook page. It is already in the DIY playlist on our YouTube page. But it is very instructional of how to make this awesome projector housing.
It's all about protection.
It's cool.
A sheath, if you will.
This is just.
I'm leaving.
It's all about protection and teeing off something.
Leaving.
Making a sheath for your video.
I think it's because I have too many tabs open on the.
Oh my god.
Sheath. What the? What? How old are you?
Troy can't handle it. Don't worry. He's just said,
I'm
I'm done.
embarrassed.
I'm totally done with this. Troy's out. He just left. He's literally out of the whole thing.
Did he leave or is
He
he not
did,
on Wi-Fi
but
for real?
But he's struggling. So
Is he really?
He's struggling. Look, see, this is his. Just a black circle of death. There he is. Welcome back, Troy.
How's this work? There we go. How about this now?
That's
This
better.
is you over here. There we go. Much better.
Oh.
Much better. You all right over there, Troy?
You know what I'm doing? I'm doing all right. We're gonna get this under control here. So
Do we?
this is turning into the roasting show. I feel bad.
Yeah,
We're making this the roasting show without actually planning it. So
the roasting show featuring Melissa Hauntzilla Winton.
Wait, who did you say?
Hey, I can't really laugh at that one, James, because I had to stream from my phone like 2 weeks ago. And man, was I fucking pissed. I was so mad.
I remember that. It was like, what, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was 3 weeks ago.
Oh my god.
Stream is going just fine, and we go right to the show live, and boom, nothing.
Yeah. It was very interesting.
We should play clips from that in the beginning of the show.
Just angry Dan ranting.
Yes.
Just angry Dan.
You
know who else has been angry in the past? Somebody who wants to make sure that you get to work, right?
Ah, yes. Get to work. Welcome, Melissa.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Hi,
Oh,
thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on. It's very exciting to have you on the show. It's been a long time since, well, I have been able to talk to you. I'm sure Troy talks to you.
Way
Even
too
when you
damn
don't
much.
think he's talking to you, he's still talking.
Every day.
You just walk
No.
outside and there's Troy in the bushes talking.
Yes.
Troy, is that you over there? Yeah, just me.
Yeah. I don't even he gets down low because I don't even really have any bushes right now. So it's like when he pops out, it's a double fright. It's like, holy fuck, how small did you get?
She gave me her address. Can you believe that?
Oh,
No, I
please
can't.
stop,
I feel like you
guys.
probably
Let's
just found it.
just get real, okay? I didn't give him my address. I gave his wife my address. That's the facts.
I believe that.
That is true.
I believe that.
I think this is literally the closest guest we've ever had to one of us, I think. Physically.
No, we had Ricky on.
With Ethan. Well, Ethan wasn't. Oh yeah, what's his name from?
We had Ricky from Castle Blood. Ricky's like 30 minutes from me, maybe. But Melissa's probably 20 minutes from you, right?
Yeah, give or take.
Did you say about 20?
If she's driving her Jeep, then yes, 20 minutes.
So yeah, maybe Melissa is the closest to one of us.
Maybe, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
But
We'll
that's not
let her have
her
it.
choice because she doesn't want to be that close to you, Troy.
Two beards in a park, Troy in the bush.
Holy cow.
I think Randall is Randall's been fired.
What's happening?
Cheers.
I have no idea.
Let's go.
Melissa brings out all the crazy people, obviously.
Troy's
Apparently
always in the
so.
bushes.
Oh my God. So much fun.
All
so
right.
much fun.
Well,
So, Melissa,
yeah.
how are you? How are you doing?
I am well. I am doing very well. How are you guys?
We are fantastic.
That's great.
Fantastic. We
Thumbs up.
it's been a long time since I've had a chance to talk to you.
Oh, I
And,
know. I feel
and
like
for-
it's been like, can she get a big? This is a standard
Years.
glass, okay? This is a standard red wine glass. I'll have you know.
Yes.
That is empty, and I have asked the heckler twice.
Yeah, James, get on it.
The heckler, I love it.
Hey,
Yeah.
can I please have some more wine?
Ask him through it, right? Ask him through this.
I did-
Maybe he'll
I
listen.
did. I just did.
Oh,
I
I can't wait to see the wine bottle.
He was
Come
already.
in.
He was
You
already.
should come
pour
in
in front of the camera.
with with the cloth on the arm and may I pour?
Yeah. Just the eye in the corner.
Yes, that is him. He might be hiding back there.
Yeah, little do you know. So we all know who you are,
Right?
but for some of the people maybe that are watching are new and want to know who Melissa Hauntzilla is,
Uh-huh.
could you give us a little background on who you are, how you got started in the industry, where you are right now, just so everybody can kind of get an idea of who Hauntzilla really is and what get to work means.
Oh, good grief. Okay. Well, let's see. Where does my story begin? I feel like I've told this story a few times. So I feel I'm how do I even start it? Like to be kind of I'm
What
an
day of the
odd
week were you
person.
born, Melissa? I'm
Huh?
kidding.
I didn't
I
hear
said,
that.
what day of the week were you born? I'm kidding.
Oh, wait, hold up.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes, we need a close up of this.
And then I really hope to see just the eye in the corner.
Oh, he emptied the
Go on.
bottle. Holy shit. Very good.
Oh my God, that's epic.
Oh, okay, fine.
That is epic. Gotta love it. Got to love it.
Good luck
Beautiful.
with it. Okay.
Oh
I'm sure
my
I'll be
gosh.
fine with it. Thanks. Okay.
All right. Well, let me
James
narrow
for
it
the
down for
win.
you.
Yes, I know he's a keeper. He's mine.
He is.
He's all
James is
mine.
an amazing man.
Okay,
let's narrow it down. When was the first time you thought about haunting or Halloween?
Oh, I mean, Halloween's pretty much been like a part of my life, my whole life. So before I think haunters or whatever was possibly even a thing, I feel like, or maybe so, but not at least popular. My parents, when I was about 9, used to, I kind of do haunting. So them and their friends down the street used to build a tiki hut And my stepfather used to dress up like a voodoo witch doctor, and he would sit in the hut. And then usually I was dancing around the hut trying to get kids to go inside of it. And my mom and stepdad, they used to go on all kinds of cruises into the Bahamas and the Caribbean and everything. So they had all these masks and stuff. And so they put it all up there, and they had the dry ice and everything. And then he would scare people. And I loved it. Like, we did that 2 or 3 years in a row. And that was like, I instantly fell in love with it and knew that this was going to be my life somehow. And then fast forward to me being a teenager. When I was 18, I started working at Halloween Horror Nights. And this was like in its infancy. I'm talking about like year 2. I mean, it's like really, really not what it was. It wasn't what it is now. I was actually just a roaming zombie. And then I started working at Terror on Church Street, which was a year-round haunted house in Orlando. And I did that very, very briefly because I was a dumbass teenager who, just was into too many damn things and didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And technically somehow don't really know what I want to do with my life still. So, so that was kind of like my history there. And then fast forward even further, my husband, James Jeeves, and I started having, well, it wasn't us, actually. We went to, yes, Halloween or Terror on Church Street. It was so much love there. Actually, so anyway, we went to a Halloween party at some friend's house. And my understanding was that they did it every single year. Well, for whatever reason, they couldn't hold it the next year. So James and I hosted it, and we hosted it 2 years in a row, maybe 3. I can't honestly remember. And then it turned into what gags could we do for the party, and kind of moved it outside so that we could get the kids in the neighborhood. And it started as just a little bit of a decor on the front porch. And then it grew into the front yard, and then it grew into the backyard, and then it grew into the garage. And then we had a charity haunted house out of our garage for 4 years, I think 4 or 5 years, something like that. And then, yeah, that's
I saw some
oh,
black
wow,
plastic
you
there.
came across that.
What year is this?
2012. This was Terror on
Oh
the
my
Hill. So this was, I was so proud. This was my first year. No, it wasn't. I lied. This was my second year with Terror on the Hill. And I was pretty much by myself. Unfortunately, James was traveling, so it was me. So I was setting up all these static props and black plastic, all the black plastic that you could think of, for the kids and everything. And so that this was my first real year of trying to do these rooms to scare the kids. And they loved it. And then it kind of took on a life of its own going forward.
As it always does.
As it does, yes.
That's
Holy
crazy
cow.
to think that was that long ago. Like first year, second
I
year,
know.
home haunters,
Yeah,
black
that was
plastic,
12
and you're
years
so
ago.
proud of your work. And then you
Oh,
look
I
at,
was so proud. I mean, I
Same,
thought
yeah.
I was like, and so then I started getting like actual animatronics because I started. So I think that first year is when someone, I don't know who I started talking to. It was before I knew anything about Haunters Hangout or anything like that, told me to go to Spirit Halloween on November 1st.
Yeah.
And so I did. And so it was like the first time I started buying, I was able to get like these silly
All the stuff
props and
discounted.
everything.
Yeah.
And did the Haunt Garage have a name? Yeah, it was called Terror on the Hill. The last year I did Terror on the Hill, we actually had actors in it, and they were my friends and my brother and me. And then we turned it into the Dead Zone, and we did the Dead Zone for 2 years.
Yeah.
Are you on James's thing? Did James upload
I'm
that
on
stuff?
one of your 15 Melissa Winton YouTube pages, so you know.
Troy manages to find shit that you thought was gone forever.
Yeah.
I told her
Okay.
she was talking to Ashley about an hour ago, and I go, I found some old stuff.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, this is
I didn't.
so old.
Oh my gosh. Wait, so God, I can't even tell what the hell this is. This is
9 years ago.
Yeah. So yeah, this is Terror on the Hill. So this was the last year that I did Terror on the Hill before turning it into the Dead Zone. So that's my best friend Melissa. She was my door person. She she would listen for a certain kind of scream, and that's what would tell her where the group is in our little garage haunt, and then send the next people in. So yeah, that was.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, she looks
I
so
love
good
it.
in that outfit.
Don't you wish you could go back to this for just like one night, just to like
Yes,
experience
I
it through
do.
your
I
eyes
do.
now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
So yeah, this is like I was, we took it very seriously. This is James filming, by the way. He filmed.
Yeah,
all of
James, let's let somebody else film next time. Okay.
it. I was inside. There was no.
Definitely sub.
Yeah, I was inside acting, and I was actually playing. Oh, okay. So we've skipped my room. This is the kitchen.
Oh, well, hold on. I can go back.
No,
I
it's
can go
okay.
back.
It's okay.
Let's see.
No,
Let's see if we can
I
see.
go back.
That's me.
Yeah.
So yeah, so my character name was Daisy Gain, and I was Ed Gain's daughter, more or less.
Oh.
So you're going through the Gain home, and it starts out in like my bedroom, and I don't know. I guess at the beginning or whatever, I heard you guys talking about like what lines that you would say in your haunt or whatever.
Oh yeah. That was in the intro. Yeah.
So yeah, so mine was, and I had to be very careful because we had a lot of kids going through our haunt or whatever. But if adults came through, I'd be like, "Hey, do you want to play with me?" And they'll be like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "You're not my daddy."
We'll use that for over 18.
That was a good one for Daisy Gain. So, oh my gosh, that was so funny. I'm looking at all of that like stuff, the scenic part of it. Now, again, I thought I was hot shit. I would look at that.
Yep.
It looks so good. It's all mildewy, and I'm looking at it going, oh my gosh, that's
God.
so elementary.
No, you got to
I
start
know.
somewhere though. Like you have
Yeah,
to. This
it's
shows
true.
people that are just starting out. Like this is where you begin.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
you got to
And
start
for those
But the
somewhere.
thing is,
It looks great.
there's
It looks great.
There's
It doesn't
a lot of
look
2-year
terrible. I mean,
haunters that don't have the type of I mean, I can tell you at 2 years, I was not able to do walls like that. I did not have the
Same.
the education to do that yet. I didn't know I could do
Absolutely.
that.
those look great.
I'll
Look
be
at those
honest.
walls.
This is great because
This is
Melissa,
really
I
good.
don't care what you say. You're very talented at scenic design.
Yeah.
Very talented.
Thank you.
And the
Thank
stuff
you.
that you do now, and looking back and looking at the year 1, year 2 elementary, it's like anybody can do it. Like you just have to
Mhm.
learn
Mhm.
how to get it.
That looks
Get to
great.
that
Honestly,
point.
that looks like my kitchen stove right now because I didn't clean up after I'm kidding.
What was really, I think for me, what was really special about this particular year, the last year of Terror on the Hill, is that Taylor, who is now 16, at the time she was 7, I think it was. Yeah, 7. And she really wanted to help. And so in the kitchen, it's hard in these kind of pictures to see, but in the kitchen, there's drawings of her, or that she drew. And it's like she drew a picture of her holding hands with an adult. So I think it was supposed to be me holding hands with her, but because she was so young, it looked like a man. And that's how I came up with the idea of Daisy Gain. And
Got it.
Okay.
I don't know that you can see it, like I said, in these pictures, because I didn't take any up close pictures of the drawing itself. Well, you can kind of see it in the corner there. So anyway, she had drawn in it, and she was so proud of herself for being able to help. So it was funny because the next year, this is the last year of I missed that piano. This was the last year of Terror on the Hill. The next year, I ended up doing the Dead Zone, and Taylor actually acted in the in the Dead Zone. So at 8 years old. So yeah, talk about starting somewhere.
My kids all started when they were little.
Well, and I love
Mine
the
were
fact
like
that you
8
had
and
your
10.
you had your mayor,
Yes.
your mayor comes through and
The mayor came. Yes.
he's all excited
That's
about
pretty
it.
epic.
He was so excited. It was a big deal to have the mayor there, and kind of did a quick little interview with him. And I said my best friend Melissa, that's her husband, Philip. in the I think I don't remember what we called him. I want to say we were calling him Silent Bob. Because he would never, all he did was grunt. That was fun. Oh, good grief.
Oh yeah. The
Gee,
terror
that's
tips.
me again. Damn.
Yeah, you had lots of awesome tips back in the day, and we will post up this video on our Facebook page, this specific one, because even though it was 9 years ago, this stuff would help anybody starting or in their several first years. This is absolutely where all of us started, and right. And I mean, all of us still are there. I mean, it's just because it's 2024 doesn't mean you're not going to start with something like this,
Yeah.
Right.
And there's so much great information on this.
Well, I appreciate that. I think, yeah, because this is still Terror on the Hill, and I talked about the corpsing. I remember corpsing was a big deal, and I was super excited to learn about corpsing, but I wanted to do something different. And so instead of using like regular wood stain, I mean, I used regular wood stain, but instead I had found one called, it was the Varathane brand, and it was called Cabernet. And that's how it made it. I was like really excited of the fact that it looked very meaty as opposed to being old. Yeah, I didn't want it to look mummified. I wanted it to look meaty and young.
I get it.
And then that's when I realized I was like, stop using paint to do blood splatter on walls. Use this wood stain because it looks more like
meaty wood stain.
Huh?
Use this meaty wood stain.
Yes.
Like someone comes over and they're like, I love your table. What color is that? Oh, that's called meaty. That's the meaty stain. I love that.
I think let's see, what else do we have on here? Because I know you've got we have a lot to look at. Don't worry.
Oh, we got a lot to talk about. I mean, there's so much.
Oh, wonderful. Let's see here.
So
Oh,
while we're waiting,
I love these are my favorite.
Okay, you got it.
No, go ahead. This is just scare cam stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So Melissa, I know that not only are you good at scenic design, you're also good at costuming. What do you like more? Do you like costuming or do you like scenic design?
Oh,
you don't say both because
that is a hard question to.
I know that's why I asked it.
Good grief!
Because not only are you able to create a costume, you also create a character with the costume. Yes. And you like enclose it all into one. And it's just, you're very talented when it comes to that. I've always wondered what do you like more? Do you like costuming or do you like scenic design? So there it is.
I can't say that I like one better than the other. All I can really say is that it depends on the project. So like, oh, good grief. Because I really
the heckler said scenic design.
What?
I said the heckler said scenic design. Don't let her fool you.
It really is actually hard. So, and I think what he's referring to, it's like, do you like tacos or tacos? I mean, seriously. So I think what he's referring to is like what I'm doing right now. So like what I'm doing right now, I'm a teacher. I'm the scenic design teacher at North Texas Performing Arts, which is a nonprofit children's school or children's theater, but they also have a private theater education program. And I really love the scenic design. I love creating these worlds for these actors to perform in. And it's the same like with haunted houses. I really enjoyed, as Taylor said, creating the world that the monster lives in. And so I really do love that full encompassing artistic ability of really engrossing people into this world. Like suspending disbelief is such a big thing for me. And I really love the challenge, and I really love doing that. So that's what I do at NTPA. But what I started out doing at NTPA was costuming. And I'll be honest, I didn't tell anybody at NTPA that I was a scenic designer. I started out just doing costumes because scenic design is it takes so much work. It takes me away from home a lot. And that's the part that I don't like, is that I will spend many, many, many hours at NTPA, stay there till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning building out a set. So I was doing costumes so that I wasn't away from home so much. With something like NTPA, there's only so much you can do, because there's only so much like budget. So like the parents have to pay for the costumes. So there's only so much that you can do when you're designing these costumes. Whereas if I was designing costumes more professionally, then yeah, I can create this entire character, have their backstory. It'll be more than just a costume. It's going to have all of these layers. It'll encompass the makeup and the hair and scars and everything. Like when doing costume, it's a complete character design for me. And it's hard to do that at a place like NTPA. So to answer that question the way I did, James is right. It would be the scenic design. I really do just love transforming a space into a completely different world for somebody.
So I have another question. I don't want to keep asking questions if everybody else has questions, but when you design a costume, a character costume, or a scenic design space, where do you start? Because I know that's with me having ADHD, like I'm all over the place.
Same.
Usually I'll come up with something and then I'll build off of that one thing. But how do you start laying out or designing a room for, say, a haunted attraction?
Okay. Well, first off, it has to have a theme. So I need to know the theme of it. So like, for example, when we decided to do the Dead Zone, we had a lot of fun with it, because at that time that we came up with the idea of the Dead Zone. And if anybody's like knows me really well, you'll notice like my scenic design company was called Nightmares and Dreamscapes. And then we had the Dead Zone. So I have this thing for obviously Stephen King. I love the titles of his work. And at the time that we were coming up with the Dead Zone, there was a haunted house here not far from us in Texas called Dan's Haunted House.
Aww.
Yep. There's the haunted house, and then there's Dan's haunted house.
There was Dan's Haunted House. So for those who don't know anything about Dan's Haunted House was actually like a Japanese themed haunted house, but he wouldn't tell you that. He was his marketing was that there are no zombies, there are no chainsaws, there are no clowns, there are none of this crap that you would get at other haunted houses. His is a very unique experience, but in his marketing, he had like a samurai, and it would be like, none of this, none of that. But he never came right out and said that the theme of his haunt was, Japanese horror and stuff. So, or even Chinese. I don't know if it was Japanese or Chinese or let's just say Asian, because it's very possible he was mixing. So I don't think today's generation would have been very happy with him, to be honest with you. I don't know. So anyway, So yes, it was his commercials or his marketing that was so funny. So then we kind of piggybacked off of that with our dead zone and saying there are no zombies in the dead zone. There are infectants. You're an infectant. You were infected. You're not a zombie. And so yeah, so that's kind of how we came up with that. And then it's, I mean, coming up with the idea for the theme, like the different rooms and stuff. I don't really know how to explain it. Like,
it just comes to you. It just happens.
It does. I do actually do a lot of research. I love researching things and saving things to my Pinterest boards. I have so many damn Pinterest boards. It's not even funny. I'm also the kind of person that if I come across an image anywhere, I'll do a screenshot or I'll save the image and put it into my album, my photo albums. And I do have like the Google photo drive thing or whatever that all my pictures go into, so that, oh yeah, that was, so the thing about the Dead Zone Haunt was that we were actually going to do, this was going to be a professional haunt. This was going to, James and I were this close, this close to signing a lease and bringing the Dead Zone to fruition. And it was at this same time that I was having a lot of heart problems. And I had already had surgery once, and I had to do all of these cardiac tests and crap like that when my cardiologist sat me down and was like, I'm going to be straight with you, Melissa. You are literally killing yourself. You cannot continue to do this. And so we decided not to go forward with opening the actual Dead Zone. So that was like our little commercial for the home haunt, to have people come to the home haunt. Oh my gosh.
Were you actually helping it to the Frightmare? Or were you?
Huh?
So
here was a costume
in character at Frightmare.
Yes. So that's Bart Butler of Brain Chow, and he was actually our business partner. And so this was us.
Awkwardly average man.
we were coming up with our icon character, and forgive me, Bart and James, I do not remember what his name was. All I know is that Bart was on stilts, and we were creating this almost, I don't know, it was almost like a Terminator-esque kind of character from the future, who he kills the infectants. And
okay.
I more or less acted like his handler there, and that is Steve Square. Okay. So yeah, he was on stilts, and he was such a cool character. I don't know where, I think Bart still has, did we have the mask, or did Bart? I don't even remember anymore. I don't know who has what. There's a video floating around where we were at Midwest Haunters, and I think Bart had entered the costume contest, or maybe it was the three of us as a group, or two of us. I don't know. Anyway, he's, like I said, I kind of act like his handler here, and we were taking pictures and stuff, and he's walking up the steps of the stage, and he trips and falls, and I went into, mama mode and picked his ass up.
I have that video.
Yep. You have the video? I knew there was a video. I have that video, yeah. Floating around of like Hauntzilla really did like
yeah, it's somewhere on the Inside the Haunt Industry page.
Yeah. I didn't, and the funny thing is I didn't know I did that. I thought I was just helping. I thought somebody else.
Nope, it was all you.
To Louisiana. Okay. So I knew we had the mask, but I think Bart kept the actual costume, and the mask went to Louisiana when we sold.
Yes, Bartley.
Yes.
It's not you.
So you've done home haunts, you've done costuming. You stopped because of health issues, but you're not out of the industry.
No, I'm not.
What
Well, before
transpired?
we get to that, we do have a message. Oh, we do. Oh, we do. We do.
Do
Let's
we?
see. Hold on.
Your transition
The
sucks.
suspense
Right.
is story.
Yep, and we're still waiting.
We're waiting with bated breath.
Hey, how you doing? The champ here. Just working on this old chainsaw. I mean, look at it. It's a piece of junk. It's nothing but rust and corrosion patina. I'll probably just throw it in the trash. What's that? What's that I hear? It sounds like Melissa Winton down in Texas going, no! Well, hey, Melissa, how are you? Hey, speaking of Melissa, today's hot tip of the day is going to be from Melissa Winton, because today being Monday, we're starting the wild, weird, wacky, wonderful Women of Haunting, and she's leading things off with her tip of the day. Her big tip is try to make things as realistic as possible so that your customers can become more completely immersed in your vision, your story. But it's not just a story. It's not just painting rust on rivets in your rooms. Take a look at what's behind me. This is a bloody kitchen. It was a bloody kitchen. These guys, their answer to everything was throw more blood on it. So we were in here. First of all, it looked like a junkyard. So part A of this is, there's this thing going on now in haunting about sensory overload. Every square inch of your...
Uh-oh, we lost it.
Well, Rich Hamp's
That's okay.
gone.
Yes, I'm that person who really
Well,
likes to make things
drone
as realistic as possible. I miss Rich.
That's right.
I
That's
miss
right.
Rich.
Rich is a good dude.
I found an old friend of yours. But I think I know where Dan is going with this.
Question of the week, which is all on Susie.
This is a good time to bring this up. What haunter skills have you used elsewhere?
Thank you, Hunter's Toolbox, for bringing us this question.
This lovely segue.
What haunter skills have you used elsewhere? Well, I mean, a lot of my haunter skills, so that's a weird one to answer. So a lot of my haunter skills actually came from my artist skills first, right, and kind of going in and theater skill, because I was in theater. So it's like all of the stuff that I did as an artist and in theater and such then worked its way into haunter, like me pulling these out of my pocket to do haunter stuff, but then they have circled back around to me doing theater again. So it's like this circle of things that I had learned when I was a teenager. Oh my gosh. So yes, all these things that I had learned as a teenager in early 20s now, been making its way into my haunting and as a scenic designer for the haunt industry. And then now it's circled back into theater. So, yeah, so this is actually one of the sets that I did at NTPA. This play was called The Drowsy Chaperone, and the young lady on the bed, her name is Piper. Her character was the drowsy chaperone, and the gentleman sitting on the edge of the bed here, his name is Andrew, and his character was a Spanish or Italian lover. I think it was Spaniard because he did a matador thing.
Rodolfo.
Yes, Rodolfo. And so kind of to give you an idea of like what is happening here, this is actually an apartment in New York, and it's an older gentleman who's reminiscing about theater. And so this in particular, a musical called The Drowsy Chaperone, and the musical comes to life in his apartment. So that's his apartment. So
you're telling me that bed is the skeleton's gonna pop out of that bed?
Well, yeah, tell them what the bed does.
So what's really great about the bed is that actually this is part of my haunter thing, that we learned as a haunter or whatever, is that when they do their bit here and leave, the bed actually goes back into that wall, and the flap that you see with all of the posters there, comes down, and it just looks like a wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So whenever we went
awesome.
to bed, that flap would come up, the bed would come out, and then the bed would go back in the flap. It was like it was a piece of a wall that you never really. I mean, it didn't look like it was transitioning, so to speak. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then also the bookcase back there that you see the sparkly fan and everything, that was actually a rotating bookcase. So everything you see on that bookcase is affixed to the shelves, because Andrew or Rodolfo, when he comes into the scene, he comes through the bookcase and it spins really, really fast. And so everything's had to stay on the bookshelf there. So
another haunted related thing.
I can say this though. This was something that I learned in haunting, and that was electrical. So the late Steve Kochi, he was a genius when it came to just animatronics and electrical and all that stuff. And I actually bought his book, and I used to reach out to him all the time with questions and stuff. And he was the one who got me over my fear of toying with electrical. And so why do I have a thumbs up by my head?
Yeah, I don't know. I never saw that before.
Super weird. Somebody do that again, because I want to know how to do it.
Wait,
was it this?
Somebody
that was weird.
Yeah, time
I
out.
saw it
Time
too.
out from the interview. We were
That's
sitting
crazy.
here.
I'm like,
I thought you had
guys
something
because
there.
I'm bubble.
Like, where'd that come from? What the heck?
I guess, yes, thumbs up to Steve, because he was amazing. Anyway, he got me over my fear of electricals and stuff. So back at that picture that you had up, there's a sconce that's lit up. Yeah, that sconce back there. So I had gotten, it was a pair of sconces that I had gotten off of Facebook Marketplace that were in pretty bad condition. And I fixed all of the wires and rewired it so that we could plug it into the DMX system so that our lights guy could turn it on and off. So yes, that's something I learned in haunting that I took over into theater.
That's cool. Melissa,
Like,
I don't
when I
know,
saw
you probably don't know this, but my daughter's show is next weekend, and she's Ariel in The Little Mermaid, and we are currently building sets, and this makes me want to cry.
Oh, why? I don't
No,
know.
she goes to a Catholic school, and there's a zero budget. So we are the build crew. It's like me and all my haunt people, and we're doing the best we can, because as you know, haunt build and stage build are two different things.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a lot alike. Like you're saying, they're a lot alike.
They
But
are.
it is two different things. So
Yeah.
live theater, it's just, yeah. So, but she's Ariel in The Little Mermaid. And like I said, there's absolutely no budget. So we buy all the stuff for all the sets, and then we take it all back and somehow figure out how to work it into the haunt, take it apart. And like last year they did Peter Pan, and they have like the little dog house in Peter Pan for like Nana, I think that's the name of the dog. Yeah. We have that in our haunt, and it's so funny because it still says Nana on it, but we used it like in the backyard of our haunt this year. And but I see this stuff and I'm like, oh damn. I mean, it's going to be better than last year, because we literally had a week last year, and we've been working on it now for a couple of weeks, but the show's next weekend. So if you're not busy, you can just fly to Pennsylvania. Thanks. Bye. I need you before that.
So this is another show. This just happened a week ago. Is it 2 weeks already? I don't even know. So this is called The Wild Party, and The Wild Party is essentially about this couple, Queenie and Burrs, and they have this party in their apartment, and it takes place in the 1920s. And so you were asking me, Dan, earlier about where I come up with things. So having something to go off of helps a lot. So like with designing the set for this, I knew that it took place in the 1920s. I knew that it was not just 1920s, but it was the Roaring 20s, which means it's the later part of the 20s. The two main characters of this apartment, Queenie and Burrs, are vaudeville actors. And so now I had to create this apartment. And so in my research, what was really cool was that to find out that vaudeville was somehow came about because of the industrial revolution, or the industrial parts of things. It was a way that industrial workers entertained themselves, and then it kind of grew from there. So knowing that this was going to be this has to be in New York, because that was the home of vaudeville. And in New York, what is now known as Soho, and I don't know if anybody knows this, but Soho means south of Houston, as in south of Houston Street. Soho was like this neighborhood. It was the industrial district of New York. And they would, they converted warehouses, old warehouses, into apartments, these flats. They called them flats back then, for the vaudeville people, because vaudeville actors did not make a lot of money, and for the industry workers. So you would have these really run down apartments or flats. And so, yeah, I was able to, again, use some of my haunting stuff here and create these slats, or not slats, lathe boarding and everything. So here's something, Susie, that might help. Okay. All this wall right here, the green and everything, that's cardboard. That is 4x8 cardboard that if you order on Uline, 4 foot by 8 foot cardboard sheet, $5 each.
Wow. Okay.
So I got 20 of them for $100. And using command strips, we actually attached it to the actual wall of the theater.
Oh, that's amazing.
The wood floor.
So, I was going to ask about the wood floor. Yeah. Tell me about that.
So the wood floor is actually a peel and stick vinyl that you can get on Amazon for like $30. And what's funny is that the bed is actually, so the stage of this particular place, it stopped at the looking at the bed, it would be the right foot of the bed. That's where the stage stops. And then the rest of it is carpet. So we put those vinyl stickers, so to speak, on the carpet. On the carpet.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I was going to ask about that, because like typically you don't put like a floor down on like a stage, because most stages don't want that. But that's cool.
That's peel and stick. And Troy, if you go to that where you saw the corner with the lathe board, there you go.
This one.
So what you can see, so the bedroom we had its platform and everything, and it went all the way up to the wall of the stage. But then we had another platform that was the living room, and the living room part actually goes all the way out to the audience. And then you had this bathroom platform area. And so we wanted to separate the bedroom from the living room, and how we ended up showing the inside of the wall. So that's why you see this lathe board, because it's dividing the bedroom from the living room. And this lathe board is actually, God, I love theater. And you could probably you could do this also in a haunted house, because you see this everywhere. So that's actually shims. It's like 3 packs of 40 shims, cardboard, and great stuff. So you put the great stuff down, and I was putting the lathe board on, or not the lathe board, but the shims on, and then I went back while the great stuff was still kind of like tacky. Now, mind you, I'm spraying the spray foam with water and everything also, but I went back with it with 2 different colors of wood stain on a brush, and I was 2 brushes, and I was kind of going back and forth to create some depth. So you had some of it on the great stuff and some of it on the wood, and it created this nice little grungy lathe board look.
Yeah, that's good.
I did want to the bed in the picture, that is actually the bed from this very room that I'm sitting in right now, right?
The mattress is.
Yes, the mattress. So Bill, because Bill was very upset with me that when I moved here that I had this mattress up in my room behind me here up against the wall because we got Elizabeth a new bed when we moved in, but we didn't have it when we actually moved in, so she needed a bed. Well, she didn't need it anymore, so I put it up against this wall until we got rid of it, and Bill was always upset about it. And so, Bill, that is where it went. It went to a
So that's actually, thank God it's gone. So there's actually 2 mattresses on there. We started out with yours. It was still kind of low because we didn't have a box spring. And so we ended up finding another mattress and sitting it on top to create the height. So, but to talk about the bed frame, so I don't know how many people, I know Craigslist was really big. I don't do Craigslist anymore. I love Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, yes.
That bed frame right there was $10.
Yes.
So I love grabbing shit off of Facebook Marketplace as quickly as possible because I hope nobody from Facebook Marketplace is like, listening right now. But what I would love to do, I typically reach out to them and I immediately tell them, hi, my name is Melissa and I'm with North Texas Performing Arts, which is a nonprofit children's theater.
Yeah.
You want to help the children, don't you?
I'm constantly haggling the price down. So if I have to pay more than $20 for something, I don't get it.
I'd be more than happy to give you my letterhead. You can write this off.
I will give you.
I know that
you want. Would you like to make a donation?
Christopher Presley does that a lot with his home hunt and even with some of the props that he makes, that he goes on to the Buy Nothing groups that are also on Facebook, where it's just a group of people, usually in your hyper local area down in your neighborhoods,
just giving shit away.
It's all free. They can't actually sell anything in it, and it's literally it's the old free section of Craigslist, but a very better version of it. So I didn't think I had very many around me, but I have like 10, and I live in a very rural town, and I'm like, whoa, I have a lot. So
I don't have any near me. Nobody gives it away for free.
Yeah, I find stuff all the time. Like this particular production had a piano. We got the piano for free. It needed a tub also, and I found a claw foot tub. They wanted $40 for it. I was able to get them down to 30. I wish I could have gotten them down to 20, but it was one of those, like, I did pay more than 20 for it because I absolutely needed this thing. And luckily we still had the budget to be able to cover that also. So yeah, there's I will say, if it does go a little bit above 20, I will buy it still if it's something we really need, or I'll try and find some other place. So I get stuff for like $5 and $10 all the time.
Oh yeah.
What do you do with it when you're done? Do you guys have like storage there?
Yes. So we do. We have 2 scene shops, and I just finished that one. We have 2 scene shops, and a lot of the stuff goes into the scene shops to be used by other productions. So. So yeah, this is Troy's going to be seeing this production with us on Saturday. Actually, his family and our family. Taylor is in this production called the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, and it's a great musical. And Taylor actually plays Logan Schwartzengruber. Sorry, Schwarzengrubenier. I almost mispronounced it. Schwarzengrubenier, and which is the youngest speller, and she has a lisp, and Taylor's hilarious. And I've only heard, because I haven't actually. I try very hard, even though I'm building the sets. I really do try very hard not to pre-see it unless I have to. So like Wild Party, I probably saw that show 20 times. I was constantly watching it because it was one of those shows where I needed to see how the actors acted with the set, so I can make adjustments and all that kind of stuff. But this is a show where I didn't have to.
Why don't you, because I remembered that I wanted to find your stuff for how you're making the Crucible. So while I'm doing that, and we will go back to the Crucible set. Why don't you tell us about how you came up with all of the things for haunt shirts? How did how did haunt shirts?
What how did you even come up with haunt shirts? Like
I did it. James. James, this is your ballpark. Come catch this ball.
And he dropped it.
So Haunt Shirts is James's baby. He came up with the idea of Haunt Shirts. And
what year? What year was that?
Okay, so the first time he even talked about it was 2014, but we actually went into business in 2015. And it started out just as a t-shirt company. James has kind of had this weird fascination with t-shirts for as long as I've known him. And he's always kind of wanted to have this shirt business. And on our first trip to, I think it was Midwest, it might have been Midwest, he's walking around and he's like, no, it might have been actually Transworld. We're walking around, he's like, there is not a single shirt company here, like none. And he was like, that's it. The Halloween industry needs Halloween clothing. And I remember when he told me that, like Halloween shirts, I remember I was like, yeah, but they can go to Walmart and they can go on Amazon. And he was like, yeah, but it's not you don't want to get that crap. And so he was like, yeah, you know what, you're right. So then 2015 is when we launched, and we decided early on that we wanted our designs to be very influenced by streetwear. So, surfer, skater, hip hop, that kind of stuff. We wanted a very like universal kind of vibe that's not too whimsical, because Walmart has whimsical
Corny,
down,
cheesy,
and then,
yeah.
but at the same time, at the time, we're talking about, good God, almost 10 years ago. At the time, your choices were movie franchise, bloody gore, or Walmart whimsical. That was your choice. That was all that existed almost 10 years ago. Trust me, we did our homework. And that's when we said we want to be influenced by surfer, skater, hip hop, streetwear kind of look. And that's when we came up with the Haunt Shirts brand. And our very, very first design, our very first shirt was the Haunter by Nature, which is a play off of Naughty by Nature, obviously. Not everybody knows that. So it was a play off of Naughty by Nature. And we
This is the rap group, for those that don't know.
Yes, it is. I forget how old I am, how old we are.
Right?
If any, for our younger viewers out there,
do we have
Naughty
any
by Nature was a hip hop group that had a very lovely song called
The one hit wonder, OPP. For those who don't know.
Other People's Property.
Yeah, okay.
Sure, that's what it is.
That's not what I remember.
Now, do you want me to define property?
No.
Don't. So it kind of just evolved. When we first started, James and I, we were scared. We were nervous. We didn't know what we were doing. And so we had a business partner who was a very, very, very successful screen printing company here in DFW. And their art department helped us. It kind of came out. We're like, okay, I'm thinking of this and I'm thinking of this. And they started doing it for us. But then I remember telling James, I feel like I can start doing this. I don't think we need to rely on somebody else. And so then I started designing them, and then James started designing them. And so now everything you see is designed by James and me. We don't outsource our art. So, and it's one of those things that just kind of grew. It started out as t-shirts, and then it was like, let's add in some hoodies. And then it was like zipper hoodies. And then, where we were at Halloween Expo / HauntCon when it was in New Orleans, and across from us was it wasn't really like a costume booth, but it was a booth that had, it was a clothing thing. And I was looking at their pumpkin onesie, and it was very kitschy, whimsical. And I just kept staring at it. And I turned to James and I said, we could do so much better than that. And then that's how the onesies came about. Yeah, the pumpkin onesie. And So that's our design there. It started as a t-shirt, and then it turned into a onesie, and then we have a skeleton now, and we're debuting, hopefully here soon, a new design just for shits and giggles. It's one of those things. I don't even know why I came up with it. I just did. I thought it was fucking hilarious, and so people might like it, people might not, but it's you'll see when we debut it. I hope people love it. Oh,
but one of the craziest things that kind of happened, and it was absolutely not really involving me at all, but it involved my driveway, is that she calls us up one day and she says, hey, do you guys want to help build a Transworld booth? And I'm like, Ashley jumped at it because she's absolutely awesome with this type of stuff. And those two together, working together, I watched them like from a distance, and I also watched them through my security cameras while I was working, and they are absolutely awesome together. They killed it on this thing, and to move to Texas from a place where I was doing very little. I was doing plenty of Halloween stuff, but to move here and then 6 months later, I'm building a Transworld booth in my front yard. Texas is awesome, and you all should live here if you're haunted. But
Texas is awesome, except for its fucking wind.
It did. It was not supposed to be windy till 4 o'clock, but it came and went and knocked it all over. I saw it in the camera.
Had got it. Ashley and I had got it all up, and we had the bolts in place, and everything was like stable and stuff. And we were like, we checked the weather, and it said that it wasn't going to get windy until the afternoon. So our plan was to get up early, and we were going to do some tweaking to it, and then we were going to take it down. And we're talking about like 9 o'clock in the morning. She's having her cup of coffee. I'm doing some things because I remember having to do some things with the inventory, and all of a sudden we hear, I kid you not, the big garbage trucks when they're emptying a dumpster, that ba-boom, ba-boom sound. That's what we heard, and we both looked at each other like, no. And sure enough, the whole fucking thing had been torn down. It was like, Ashley started crying, and I was like, I am not going to cry. It's okay. We're going to take care of this. So sure enough, I was like, this is what we're going to do. And we went and we got all the stuff. But then I'm trying to be like, so like, we got this. By that night, I started breaking down in the tears. I was like, oh, we're not going to get this thing done. But yeah, that was super fun. It was super fun.
It was definitely awesome, and James is absolutely right. They did build it in 1 week, pretty much. She kept apologizing for using our space, but the coolest thing is, Ashley told me like a day before, she goes, so we're going to start building the booth tomorrow. And I said, my garage is full of stuff that we just moved in. Like, I still hadn't really got to the garage yet, and it was every couple of weeks I'd go out there and mess with it a little bit, but it wasn't ready for a build in it. So I go out there that night. I cleaned everything up. I moved everything out of the way. I had a blast doing it. And she's like, I'm sorry, I made you, clean up your, space and all that kind of stuff. And I go, no. Now it's ready for haunt building. See? So in all actuality, she helped me a ton by making me clean it all up so that they had space to work. And now I have all the space to use for my stuff. So she does not need to apologize for using our space. We absolutely love doing it. We will do it anytime she needs us to. But it just shows the community aspect of haunting. We love helping people. She absolutely loves helping people. It was a very fun experience. I know that Ashley had a blast helping at the booth. She was in there the whole time. It was
Yeah,
It was
she was in the booth helping, and she was like selling her ass off, and my ass is in the hotel room dying because I ended up contracting some kind of fucked up virus that sent me to the emergency room not once but twice. So it was, and that was horrible. That was a horrible experience. I don't ever. I mean, I'll tell you right now, this virus, whatever, people like. I'm sorry if this offends anybody, but all of the shit that they were talking about COVID and how bad it was is nothing compared to this fucking virus that I had. And I'm like, why are they not talking about the adenovirus? Because the adenovirus, fucking A. I mean,
I haven't even heard of that.
I've never felt so bad before in my life. And I had
Is that a Texas thing? Keep it in Texas.
No.
It's not.
No.
It's always
Everything's bigger in Texas.
flu. It's like a flu,
Right.
but nobody fucking talks about it. Anyway,
what were your symptoms? I want to hear about it. Sorry.
Here we go.
Here we go.
I just want to hear about it.
What
There we go.
My understanding,
Something else I can worry about.
Like in dinosaur, the adenovirus is a virus that attacks your immune system and makes you susceptible to infections. So I ended up with bronchitis, sinusitis, and an upper respiratory infection all at the same time.
All together.
Yeah. And I mean, I had the inhaler, I had everything to try and just feel better. And it lasted, how long did it last? Probably about 10 days.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was awful. It was awful.
Did you get it, Troy?
We got little versions of it.
Little.
We got a couple of days of it, but
not
nowhere near what she got.
Yeah.
No, but I have an amazing
You haven't lived there long enough. You didn't get the full
I have an amazing immune system because of Taco Bell, so I don't have to worry about it.
I don't think that has anything to do with it, Troy.
Damn it. I thought we were going to make it through this show without you even mentioning them. But fuck,
nope.
It's
here
impossible.
Nope. It's either
you're trying for that sponsorship. I know it.
It's either them or Buc-ee's, and now I got Buc-ee's charms for Crocs.
No.
Happy birthday to me.
No.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even want to know where you're putting
But
them.
yes, putting them on my Crocs, and I'm coming into your house. So I did mention that I wanted to go back to the Crucible really fast because I wanted to know
Sorry, your camera got
if this
blurry.
was something
Fix your
that
camera.
you did. What?
I said, fix
Your
your
camera's
camera. You're blurry.
Oh, well, let's not worry about me. I don't need to be on there very much. This is absolutely awesome.
What is this?
Hang on. That's
What am I
not the
looking
scale.
at?
This one is.
That's not to scale. Well, of course not. It's
not to
popsicle
scale.
sticks.
Where am I? That is the scale one. This is actually to scale. To the theater.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
wow.
anyway, but you can go back to it. You can go back to that one. It's fine. Same thing.
It's not
yes.
the same thing.
Do you do this with all of the sets?
No, not necessarily all sets. So when I was doing scenic design for haunted houses, when a haunted house owner would reach out to me with a hey, I need help with a set or I need help with a room or something like that, I would painstakingly draw renderings. And now we live in a world of AI. So
right.
I would do these renderings, I would send it off and all that kind of stuff. And with this, when I was first asked to do a set for NTPA, I did a rendering. I did a rendering to show it, this is what I plan on doing. And then it kind of developed from there of this is what I used to do. And so I started bringing it back into what I do now. So here's the color scheme and here's the theme I'm going with and everything. When it came to the Crucible, I knew the second Taylor was cast in it, and she was cast as Abigail Williams. For those of you who are not familiar with the Crucible, Abigail Williams is the leader of the girls who scream witch to all of the other people in the village. Okay. And she's the one who's in love with the lead man, John Proctor. and there's like this triangle between John Proctor, his wife Elizabeth Proctor, and an Abigail. So she's a scary bitch. And so anyway, as soon as Taylor was cast, I knew hands down I wanted to build this set, and I wanted to do something really unique. And let me find my Pinterest board really quick. I started researching. So the first thing I start doing is researching. When I'm doing an actual set, I'll research what other scenic designers have done for that particular production. And then when I start doing that, I end up going down these other rabbit holes that take me to other types of productions. And so, like, for example, this is not a Crucible set. This is I don't remember what it was, but so kind of, let me see if I can get that. So these windows I found very, very interesting. So I start saving stuff like that. I start finding pictures that have nothing to do with the Crucible and saving them. And how can I kind of incorporate it? So those giant tube things that look like trees were because of, I wish I could, hold on, download image. That way you guys can actually see the darn thing. This is, so this production had these giant trees, but as you can kind of see, they're just like cutouts. They're two-dimensional.
Okay.
I wanted to do 3-dimensional, and I want them to like hang over the audience. I want this, when talking to the director, this, she kind of wants to scare the audience in some places. And so she came to the, obviously I was the right person.
Right.
Actually, to be honest with you, I did this very quickly and gave it to her because I was pitching. I wanted to do the set, and this is what I would like to do. What do you say? And she was like, yes, I'm going to give you full reign. So like, I plan on having these giant trees that we're going to be making out of like carpet tubes and chicken wire and butcher's paper, craft paper, or whatever. And then these structures are just facades so that it just acts as the doors open, and so they can bring like the bed and tables, whatever props they need to bring in. And the other one is also just a facade for the Proctor home and everything. But that red and black rose window, we're going to build a 48-inch diameter rose window, just using like cardboard and foam and color gels or whatever. But during the courtroom scene, it's going to actually lower down and create this real like kind of scary ambiance and everything. So I guess I go and find things, and then somehow that's why I love Pinterest, because Pinterest, you start down a certain subject and it will bring up other things that have nothing to do with your subject, but have that same ambiance. Why are you laughing?
I saw a meme and it made me giggle.
I'm looking at Dan and he's cracking up. That's all. Dan, I can't look at Dan during the show. You don't know that, but I can't, because if we make eye contact and we look at each other and laugh, it's over. God. It's just him. If you see me doing this, it's because I have him blocked out. I can't look at his face.
I tried to get Bill. I tried to get James in here. He didn't come in here. So if he's not going to come here and talk about his business,
we're gonna have the Hauntzilla Part 2 on Wednesday, and it'll all be James.
Only James, and then you get to serve him wine.
I will. Right. Well, he'll probably want whiskey or something. So
there you go.
That's true. That's true. Does James like anything? Like does James like Fireball?
No. Well, no. I take that back. What the fuck was that?
That was good. That actually
great transition. Great transition. So we're now to the part. We're now to the part of the show where we do the rapid fire questions. Are you familiar with this, Melissa?
No.
He doesn't watch the show, Dan.
I feel bad. I don't. The only reason why I don't watch the show, guys, honestly, is because I'm usually in Plano at NTPA till like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
I understand.
Building fucking stats.
I totally understand. Not many people can get through 2 hours of the 3 of us. So.
I'm having fun. I hope everybody watching is having fun. I feel like I'm a boring person that talks on and on.
You're definitely not a boring person. All right, so this is the part of the show where we ask 5 questions. They're rapid fire, so whatever comes to your mind first.
Oh, you don't want that.
No, I do. That's why we do it.
Okay, here we go.
Right.
Hey, you cannot. I'm innocent of what falls out of my face.
Fair enough. You heard it here first. All right. Question number 1. What is the perfect length of a haunted attraction, in your opinion?
Time-wise?
Time-wise.
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Latex or silicone?
Why are you laughing?
Or sheath, as Dan said earlier.
We're not talking about sheaths.
Oh, okay. Latex or silicone. For some reason, okay, you want to know what I first thought? I thought teddy bear. So, or I mean, yes.
I thought panties. So
skin, whatever.
Not teddy bear, gummy bear is what I thought. Not teddy, it was gummy bear, gummy bear. See, the wine's starting to talk, guys. Sorry. All right. Okay, latex or silicone? You're the bigger perv here. I was talking about candy, just FYI. No, it wasn't. Okay, so silicone or latex? I'm assuming you're talking about masks, and I'm gonna say silicone.
Fair enough. All right. Question number 3, Dan or Troy?
James.
James. She said James.
He's not on my list. I can't keep adding people to this.
Oh. That has no context whatsoever.
No context whatsoever.
That's the whole point.
That's my answer, James. None of the above.
Yeah, right in. Yes. That's a write-in vote. Write him down.
42.
Right in.
Him and I are tied, actually, because I got one.
Great. So it's James, Daryl, and Susie are tied with me. That's great. I'm super happy about that. Honey, I guess you're busy on Wednesday and Thursday night.
You gotta get better people on the show that vote for you, Troy.
I'm wearing fucking Haunt shirt shit. I got all this Haunt shirt stuff on.
Don't get naked. I'm about to get
canceled, guys, I'm Switzerland, damn it.
Look, I got this stupid. I got this cool flag on the thing.
Oh my god.
Okay.
What more do I have to do?
Troy, you need to fix your fucking camera, and then I'll change
I got to have James now. Somebody else.
All right, next
One
question.
of our guests better say James later.
Next question. Question number 4. Facade or final scare?
I'm sorry. Say that again. I was reading, but I can't do both at the same time.
Still stuck on Dan or Troy. The problem. Question number 4. Facade or final scare?
Oh, facade.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, sorry, not sorry. And then question number 5, zombie or vampire?
Okay. Okay. At heart, I'm a vampire. At heart, I really am.
Okay, there it is.
Yes.
See, that wasn't too hard.
No, it was hard because I love zombies.
Difficult for her. Look at her; she's sweating.
I am. I'm all
so we have 2 last quick things. One of them Susie hates, which I love. We only have 198 days till Halloween. We are under 200 days, folks.
No, below 200. I'm too fucking busy, and I want to do something big.
Same.
Yeah, see, so do I. I got a lab to build. So I'm right there.
I got a fucking haunt to build. I got a 3-story motherfucking haunt to build.
Hey, Dan's got nothing to do. Dan can come help one of you.
It's true.
Come help me. I need the help.
Susie, you're closer.
True.
I'm closer and I'm
I
more in need of help.
Learn to say no to the set builds, but I can't.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
We've talked about
I
this,
can't.
Melissa.
I know, and I won't be able to. I'm sorry.
I can make it happen. Don't worry.
I'm just telling you right now, it's not happening.
Right. So probably the hardest question you will be asked this evening is this question, right?
What does haunting mean to you, Melissa Winton?
Haunting. Oh, good grief. That is a hard question. Haunting for me is it's everything Halloween. It's the scary, it's the cute, it's the glittery, it's the spooky, it's the vintage, it's the new, it's haunting in every aspect is Halloween. And it's the display. Haunting definition, haunter is a person who displays their love for Halloween. And I don't care if it's glittery pumpkins on your mantle or full-blown walk-through scary ass haunted, home haunt. It is your love for Halloween on display. And I will take all of it all day, every day. I welcome it on. And then, you get people that are like, I'm a purist. It has to be like scary, bloody, gory. And it's like, no, I don't believe in that. It's the witches, it's the vampires, it's the zombies, it's the cute green fucking plush bat. And it's all of it. I just think that
I agree.
Everything. It is Halloween, and I that's kind of why James and I wanted to bring Halloween to the masses with our street gear, because the one thing that really got us, because we didn't know for a couple of years really what we wanted to do, and it wasn't until it was like we were in it for a couple of years that I love you, Michelle. That it was somebody who came into our booth who is an elementary school teacher. And he was like, I love your stuff because I can wear it to school. And he didn't like wearing the Walmart whimsical stuff, and he wanted something that shows his love. And our stuff was able to do that. And then the next year we had nurses that came in and they were like, I work in a hospital and you guys have the heartbeat. That's so perfect. I can actually wear that to the hospital. I can actually wear that and it means something to me. And that's when we realized that we really wanted something that the masses could wear year round and not get shit for it and totally show their love for Halloween. So that's me. That's haunting. That's what I think haunting is.
Okay. See?
Good answer.
Look at that.
It was super easy to say.
I had to think about it.
We will begin to wrap up our show here, and in that
there it
light,
is.
if
Wrapping
you
it
want
up.
to
Hey, Troy, before we wrap this up,
what?
What's going on next week?
Well, hold on. Hold on. I will get there after this.
We always talk about this, and you always argue with me. We talk about what's happening next week, and then we do the wrap up, and then the end of the show.
It went so fast. I couldn't argue it.
Guys, we have to do it.
We're gonna go back to it. Don't worry, Melissa.
We got to do what Dad.
Troy's trying to push.
Okay, Dad. All right, we're gonna do what Dad wants. Dad.
I mean, you guys are like, I feel like I'm getting cut off early. You guys said that this show goes for 2 hours, and I'm looking at the timer going, hey, I still have 17 minutes. Why am I getting cut short?
Melissa, if you take Troy out of this, the show is like 30 minutes long.
There's this again. Who did that?
Is that you, motherfucker?
How did that do that?
Somebody's doing it.
It's
you,
Troy.
No, it's not.
I've never
We don't have
seen
any
that.
ability to do that. Nope.
Okay.
We've never
don't
seen
know.
it before tonight.
Something's happening.
What device are you on? What device are you on?
Me? I'm on my MacBook.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but I'm
wonder
on my
if it's
MacBook,
something. I
so what-
wonder if it's her MacBook that is listening to words and it's putting it
Really?
up there.
Motherfucker! It popped up when I called you motherfucker. Like, just a way. That's what it popped up.
I'm saying it again.
See, my hands are right there. Not me.
That's it.
Oh,
That's
my God.
We have confirmation. Christopher Presley says it's his MacBook too.
okay.
So it has to do.
When you wave your hands. Okay, wave your hands. No, it is not.
Right?
That has nothing to do with it. I don't even know why
I
we're
don't
still
know.
talking about this.
It's definitely motherfucker. Just keep saying that.
This motherfucker. You're seriously
Seriously,
motherfucker.
motherfucker.
No, don't actually say it.
Oh my goodness.
It's not
Anyway,
me.
so
It's the
what
wine.
is
It's
it
the
that Dad
wine.
wants?
It's the wine.
It may
Dad
be
Dad
this
wants to
wine.
know who's on
Let's
the show
talk
next
about
week.
what we have next week, and then we're going to talk about ending the show. Look at he's
Scott
so
wants to
angry.
do hands in the air.
You know, we probably should.
I'm on it. I'm on
maybe we
it.
should
Look,
just
look,
cancel
look,
the show.
look. It's women in haunting 2 weeks. Oh yes.
It is.
We've
Right.
got
Weeks in
I
a
love
row.
Kit. She is
We've
an
got Kit.
icon.
from Rhode Island, who is a phoenix in this industry. I know I had to use that.
Wow.
So we will discuss all things. You know, I'm going to be able to do the rapid fire thing super easy with her because her neighbor had a big fire and it burned all of her haunt stuff and most of her backyard. And she absolutely came back tenfold and has killed it. And she is awesome. So I'm going to have lots of fire words to be able to just go rapid fire, rapid fire.
She is
my
definitely a
God.
phoenix for real. Kit loves to talk on shirts.
And she will talk about haunt shirts too. But she takes
She's gonna talk about-
she buys the haunt shirts and then she rips them up. She takes the arm
She does.
off.
I love what she does to our gear. I do. I absolutely love it. She needs to do like a DIY like tutorials on how to
That's a
make
great
clusters
idea.
even better. But no, so here's funny. Okay, really quick about Kit. Troy, at Transworld, you were buying all of these patches for Kit. And remember, if you remember, I was like, why is she buying all of these? I already gave these to her. And you were like, I don't know. I'm just going right off of what she's doing. I was like, okay. Because I felt really bad. So the story is she had bought, I think it might have been 2 patches. And when you buy something small, we put it in a tiny little envelope. Well, I had taken all of the stuff. Yes, we pack and ship our own stuff for those of you who don't know.
Yep.
I had taken everything to the post office. Well, her tiny little thing slipped out of the basket and was sitting in my Jeep for the longest fucking time. And then I found it and I felt awful. And I reached out to her. I was like, oh my gosh, I just found this thing. I cannot believe that it slipped out. I'm so sorry. And she was like, oh, I had even forgotten about it. And I said, well, I put some things in there for, just because I love you. And I put some things in there for you. And you were at Transworld, you're buying all this stuff. And I'm telling him, like, why are you buying? I felt bad. And I gave her like a ton of patches to say, hey, sorry, because your thing shouldn't have been sitting in my Jeep for almost a month. Needless to say, fast forward a little bit, it's like 3 days after Transworld, and girlfriend sends me a private message, and she's like, there it is.
There it is.
She sends me a private
Is it a thumbs
message,
up when
and
you
it's-
do it?
I had put in 2 of our new koozies in there, and all of the patches and stickers and stuff were inside the koozies. So it's a picture of the koozies and all of the shit that I had put in there, like out. She was like, I didn't even know it was in there. And I'm like, well, now you have 2 of everything.
Oh, I love
Yep.
it.
So she will get that package at East Coast next week.
Oh, did I just ruin it?
Yeah.
Shit. Did I ruin it? Did she know that?
No,
Did she know?
no. She knows. Yeah, because I said I was gonna send it to her, and she's like, no, just bring it to East Coast.
Gotcha. Well,
So,
yeah,
but yeah,
so
speaking
now
of patches and everything, you can get all of your head to toe gear including shoes and sunglasses and patches at hauntshirts.com. And you can also find the Melissa Winton face or YouTube page with her newest stuff that we didn't really go over too much of the new stuff, but she is creating lots of awesome stuff at her house in McKinney, and she is creating more awesome Halloween stuff in her yard and modifying props. She's doing some really crazy stuff with that. So check out her YouTube page. Just type in Melissa Winton and find the one with the with the nice lady on it right there. And that's not glamorous.
I feel
that's
bad.
not glamorous stuff, people.
Guys, I am not good at posting pictures and videos. I'm so bad at
You
it.
suck at it. I'm not gonna lie.
Huh?
You suck at it.
I know I do.
Oh, I wonder if Melissa's still alive.
I
Oh,
know.
look, there's a hot picture.
It's like I will say
And it's
I'm
like-
really
it's
good
like
at a
10
lot
of
of
them
shit,
in
but
one
when
day.
it comes to that, I'm not.
It's like 10 of them in one day, and then it's like another 8 months. You don't hear from Melissa Winton, and when it comes to Halloween.
And
totally
that's the
get
other
it.
thing.
I
had
totally understand. I'm just giving
those
you
of
shit.
you who were really, I guess, close with me on the socials. I had a little bit of like a emotional and mental breakdown and freaked out, and I got off of the socials. And I will get on it a little bit here and there, but there's like here's what happened. Okay, just to kind of explain myself a little bit. So I was finding myself very, very busy with Taylor stuff, and I wasn't posting very much. And I know that people's hearts are in the right. So please do not think that I'm like mad at you for reaching out, but I got bombarded with people going, "Hey, are you okay? Hey, is everything okay? Hey, you haven't posted in a couple of days." And it was, I know, like I said, I know that they were checking in on me and everything. But it was very I was not prepared for the number of people reaching out to me saying, "Hey, it's been a few days. You haven't posted anything." And then it got to this point of like, why do people care so much? Why do I owe them? And I had this big, like, literally it was an emotional breakdown. And I was like, I had to get off of the socials because I love my friends and I want to be connected to my friends, but I don't ever want to feel this obligation to tell a wide audience of people what I'm doing every day. And so I got off of it, and I was completely off of the socials for probably about 6 months. Like I wasn't even on Facebook or anything for 6 months. And then I've kind of crept back in. And so I'll do a little bit here and I'll do a little bit there, but it's mainly I'm promoting my kids' plays and sharing what I've done recently. And that's about it. I just felt so pulled by so many people to, like I said, obligation of what's going on with my life, that it kind of scared me. And so that's why you guys don't see me. Yes, but James is still on because James knows how to monitor and I do not. And so it's like, so yeah, he tells me when things are going on. So I do know a little bit about what's going on with people because he'll tell me the important stuff. And then, I'll jump on there a little bit. So you might see me. It's not quite, I'm good. You Mater D. Yeah. So yeah, some of you people, you'll see, like, I'll go on there like late at night when I'm trying to sleep, and I'll be like love, care, just to let everybody know I see you. I love you.
You're still alive. You're still upright, taking nourishment.
Yeah, people think that you owe them, though, and that's the problem with social media. Is people think that they have the right to be able to reach out to you anytime and be right. It's just the crazy, because I know when you're saying you had a breakdown, I'm like, I've been there plenty of times. I actually just bought this thing and I haven't used it yet, but it's called the Brick, and I don't know if anybody's heard of it. It's literally a 3D printed magnet that is they don't have it for Android yet, but it's just for iPhone. But you program the apps that you want to block, so to speak. There's no way to unblock them unless you scan it on the Brick. And the Brick is a magnet that you like. The whole intention is to leave it at home. So, or leave it somewhere where you don't have it. So if I would put the Brick on my refrigerator and I would program my phone to block all of these apps. Therefore, I couldn't even get on them. I couldn't even get private messages from anybody. I wouldn't know who's trying to get me. Nothing. You can block certain apps and you have to scan it on the brick. And you can only unblock those apps if you rescan it on the brick. But if you leave the brick at home, you go to work or you're not home, you just don't have access to those apps. It's not just turning it off or getting rid of the app or etc. Because for me, a lot of times I feel the same way. Like people need to hear from me, or, oh my gosh, somebody sent me a message and I didn't respond. And it's like, I have to remember that I'll get to them when I can.
Yeah.
But it does affect me. So, I feel like I got this thing and I haven't used it yet, but if I could just block everything and use my phone as it was intended to be used, which is to call out or receive phone calls, which I hate answering. But like, I don't want all this extra shit whenever I have other things going on. And it takes away from the shit I need to do. And it gets my mind going in 50 different places. And like, who needs me now? And what are they asking me? It's just a bunch of shit. So I'm hoping it helps me, but I've had several breakdowns. So
I just answer everybody.
Yeah. And that's how it was. But then, like I said, it got to this point of just like, it was very overwhelming. Like I remember us going on vacation and I felt like I had to tell everybody, hey, I'm going on vacation. I'm probably not going to be interacting very much because I felt like if I didn't say that, people would be like, hey, what's going on? What's going on? How are you
okay?
And I like, again, this is not me mocking anybody because this is I know that they're genuinely like, hey, I haven't heard from Melissa. I hope she's okay. There's a genuine care there. Right. It just, for me, felt like it was like, whoa, okay, I appreciate the care, but I am fine. I haven't, nothing's going on. I shouldn't have to tell everybody because you know what I'm saying? So it was like, it got, like I said, it just got way too much for me. And so I actually, for a while there, had deleted all of the apps. I've since have the apps, but I don't have notifications on. So I don't get the only notification that I get is Messenger. And I feel like if anybody really needs to get me, they'll go through Messenger. And if it's not that important, then they won't go through Messenger and they won't get me, which means that I'll see their post at some point if I jump on or not. So
I feel like if they know me well enough, they have my number. So I have my notifications off for Messenger. I have them off all the time. I don't even see when Troy and Dan need me.
Yeah, you do. Because we have to.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I have to read this slow. Why does this show feel like that show? This is your life, Melissa Winton. This is your haunt life. Do you remember this?
This is your life.
Because Brooke has been in this industry for a very, very long time.
I feel like I have. Just wait till I really. Oh boy,
we are
getting bringing that epic fun. I'm waiting. I'm counting days for you and Michelle. You have no idea. Bring it.
Bring it.
All the great people come to Texas, Dan and Susie.
All of them.
All of them. All of them.
Well, us. Hey, we're called damn Texas Haunters for a reason.
It's true.
I just got the notification.
What time zone are we in? Central?
She's on East Coast. Damn excuses.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Alyssa Pierce, she's my baby. She's my daughter. She's my oldest daughter. So watch out.
Now the family's fighting.
She's gonna spam. It's gonna happen.
I love this. How old is she?
We have the power.
She's 26. Yeah. I don't even know how old I am. Okay, I stopped counting.
Oh, I know. Same.
Wait. I knew it. I knew it. Somebody was going to say it. Okay, guys. Okay, listen to me. Yes, we made a post, or somebody made a post about how haunt shirts. We will dress you head to toe. We're not going to do bras. We're not going to do panties. We're not doing boxers. Get the fuck over it. I love you, but no.
But Melissa,
there goes our sponsor, Troy.
But I know, right? I know. But Melissa, if I'm not mistaken, you do custom wholesale orders, don't you?
I do.
So somebody would ask for panties.
Custom wholesale orders. So that's what I'm saying. If you want panties or boxers or bras,
oh my god,
guys, we will do it.
We gotta do it.
Go.
We gotta do
Let's
it.
go.
Yes,
Let's
we can make
go.
whatever you want. We can make whatever. Oh, so yes, okay, really quick for those who don't know, I said we started out and we were partners with a screen printing company. We now have our own manufacturer. So yes, we are manufacturing our own clothes, our own. Yes, we have shoes, sunglasses, hats, beanies,
Panties.
fucking name it. I feel like, except for
Panties.
bikinis, bras, panties, and boxers. We are going to be doing socks and probably scarves. But yes, if you want underwear with your shit on it, yes, I will have that.
I don't want any
shit on
underwear
it.
with shit on
I don't
it.
want anybody's shit.
to do it. Somebody's
I
already
want my
asked,
own
are you going to
shit.
do a bra or, oh my gosh, here we go.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Melissa, can you make us these?
Yes, I can make those for you. The minimum is
getting
going to
them.
be 1,000.
Fun.
Everybody start ordering. We're gonna have a sale.
So, no, seriously, somebody was like, "Hey, will you do a bra or a bikini that has Steve right here?" And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
"No."
No.
Because you're
James
the
says we can
only
make it
person.
happen.
You are the
We're
only
doing
person
it.
who's going to buy it. You know who you are.
That's okay. We're gonna buy it.
Well,
The
then.
deal is though, we all have to wear them Monday for the show and actually show everybody.
No,
we're wearing
I
them.
can't do that. I can't do that. Haynes is actually a company, so no, sorry. Haunties. Fucking A, James.
Let's go, James. Let's go. Haunties, let's go.
Hey, she said they can't do the
Haunties,
boxer brief, so
haunties.
you guys have to
No,
wear
it just
panties.
can't say Haynes.
Oh,
Haynes.
darn it. I thought you were saying you couldn't do
Haunties.
those because they have to wear panties.
No,
you guys have to
no.
wear those.
Steve
Oh, my.
Bikini.
Oh, my God.
Here we go.
Awesome. Here we go. Yep. You know this is coming.
I know. Right.
Now
All right,
I will
kids.
have to turn my notifications off of my
Fucking Haunties. It's
Lord.
genius. It is pure
I need
genius.
to turn off my messenger because I feel
You
like
heard
I'm
it
gonna
here
get blown
first
the fuck
here.
up.
We got Haunties Ponties coming up down the pike.
You guys are awful.
There, Melissa. We hit the 2-hour mark for you. Boom.
Oh, I don't feel like
Boom.
like I got short shafted there.
Right.
That's what she said.
Yes, she did.
All right, kids.
All right. On that note, I feel like this show has now come to an end. We all agree.
They're gonna go on for an hour about Haunties. Damn it.
Haunties. Melissa, thank you for coming on the show tonight.
All right, kids.
Thank you for
It's
having
always
me,
great.
guys.
Yes.
I really
You-
appreciate it.
Have the opportunity to talk to you.
This was
Troy,
fun.
Yeah, what?
Susie, I think it's time.
Good
Until
night,
next week,
everyone.
Tuesday, 8 o'clock. We'll see you guys then. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Get
We'll see you next
to
week.
work.